Russian airstrikes like these in the town of Tel Rifat yesterday have sent rebels fighting President Assad to new levels of despair. And thousands of Syrian refugees heading to camps near the Turkish border. A Turkish relief agency handed out these pictures, clearly intended to show the Turks are coping for now. The message: why let more Syrians into Turkey when this bakery can deliver 100,000 pieces of bread each day? With both Syrian refugees and rebels streaming towards this border, it seems the Russians are fighting a more ferocious proxy war than the Americans and their allies. The Russians apparently more determined to save President Assad than the Americans are the rebels, who've been trying to depose him for the last 5 years. Showing me a map of Aleppo under siege is Zakaria Malahifi, political chief of one of the largest Syrian rebel groups, armed and funded by the CIA. But he says the Americans have deprived his men of anti-aircraft missiles to defend themselves.
Some countries are carrying out massacres and bombardment, and some countries are banning quality weapons from reaching the rebels. We need our friends to support us in real terms.
The Iranians are certainly supporting the Assad regime, sending Shia militiamen and Hezbollah fighters. And the Russians are not talking about a ceasefire till March the 1st, clearly hoping these men will take much more territory before attempts at peace talks begin again.
The Americans are doing nothing. We tried to raise our voice, but it was no use. They know what's going on, but until now they're not using their pressure for a political solution. And how are we going to achieve this political solution while the Russians are destroying it?
France's foreign minister has also had enough. Today, Laurent Fabius announced that he's stepping down. President Assad is gaining strength, he said, complaining of a lack of commitment from the American side. The Turks feel the same way. President Erdogan has accused Washington of causing a regional bloodbath by supporting Kurdish groups in Syria, which he regards as terrorists. With injured Syrians now filling Turkish hospitals, the Turks may be tempted to intervene themselves, to defend both civilians and rebels and push back the Kurds. So unless the Americans can broker a ceasefire, Syria's free-for-all could grow even more complicated still.